Hello and welcome to this week's refresher session. Waning, Gibbous moon, Aries, Taurus, throat chakra, third eye, crown chakra. That's what we're going to be working on today. Find a nice seat so we can begin to arrive into our session peacefully, comfortably. If that's cross-legged for you, go with that. If you need to be up against a wall, on a prop, find a good seat for you to arrive in today's session. If you've gone with the cross-legged posture, change the cross on your leg, left and right, swap them over, just so we're not creating patterns. And have the eyes closed as we begin to arrive. Make sure you're comfortable. Pull away the flesh from the sitting bones if you need to, and put the hands onto the part of the body that feels good for you today. If it's taking a mudra, go with that. If you just want to pop them onto the knees, onto the lap, go with that too. Always choosing something that feels good to begin your practice in. Because we know sometimes when we move through our practice, a little bit of discomfort can arise, and that's okay. Pops agrees, don't you? So keep the eyes closed. Sorry for that distraction. Keep the eyes closed as we work our way today from head to toe, toe to head, in a full body encompassing practice. Today we're going to be looking at throat chakra, third eye, crown, and being present in your practice, because often enough we find ourselves moving through a practice that can be quite robotic. It's not to say that it doesn't assist us in our everyday life, but this is the time where we really need to be present, is in our yogic practice, because it means that maybe when we move off the mat that we take a little bit of that presentness with us. Maybe not. Maybe this is the only time you are present, but today we're going to focus entirely on being present and breathing through those three chakras. So with the waning gibbous moon in mind, coming out of a full moon, you may have noticed that the awkwardness you've been feeling or the disturbances that you've been feeling have perhaps settled a little as the moon starts to create a smaller shape, waning gibbous, and affect our health and mental health, our physical and mental health in different ways. It's kind of reassuring to know that we are directly affected by the moon. And as I say, if ever in doubt, blame it on the higher power, the moon. She's there, continually cycling through energetic realms and directly affecting us and directly affecting our health. And with the moon being in waning gibbous, Aries, Taurus, she can affect our oral health, teeth, tongue, vocal cords, that area, throat chakra, green. And we can often tell how we're feeling mentally by looking at our body physically, so the colour of our tongue, the colour of our eyes, how we hear things. Do we listen? Do we speak at? How we speak, and how our breath smells, all can determine how our mental health is and our physical health by symptoms. A physical mapping of your mental health through your mouth. Keeping the eyes closed here. As we begin mindfully moving through the body, head to toe, toe to head. It's not often we find ourselves focusing on our mouth and our jaw and being mindful of that area. So when we're eating, often we eat unconsciously, we eat on the go, in the car. Even with friends, as lovely as it is to convey over a meal, we're talking, we're listening, we're using our eyes. We're not using just solely the mouth senses, the teeth and the jaw, and being present on every bite and chew. Because let's face it, life doesn't allow us to do that all the time. It's a little bit like driving a car in the same route every day and robotically doing that route, being unconscious in that route. You know that route so well that you can think and do something else other than driving, focusing entirely on driving. Today we're going to be present in our practice. I'd like you to take a moment and reflect on what that means to you, being present. Because we're all different, we're built differently. Remember, our physical bodies are built differently and our mental bodies are built differently. Reflect on being present and what that means to you. Are you present enough? Often it's times of birthdays, celebrations, that we realise how quickly time has passed, and we take that moment to reflect on our best bits and worst bits of the year. Often we're asked, what were the best bits of this year, or the lows, the highs? Why can't we reflect a little more in between each birthday? Be a little bit more present. We've all been there. We've all been there. That's the beauty of yoga. We can come back to the basics on just purely being present. And today we're going to move mindfully from head to toe, toe to head. Starting with the crown of the head, taking your mind to the crown of the head, crown chakra. Light purple in colour. Take the mind to the crown chakra, light purple in colour. Crown of the head, moving through to third eye. So that's the point of the forehead, the middle of the forehead, the flat part of the forehead. And visualising the skull, the casing of the brain, from crown chakra to third eye. Third eye is kind of a dark purple in energetic colour. Focus on the forehead and then the jaw, where the jaw begins, underneath the earlobes, and it sort of gathers towards a point underneath the bottom lip, underneath that throat, vocal cords, green throat chakra. The passage to your hub, where the energetic works really manifest. Breathing into these 3 points. Crown, third eye, throat. As you inhale up the front of the body, let the breath gather speed as you inhale. And as you exhale, let it travel through crown, third eye, throat, pelvic floor. Send it deep. Inhaling, traveling up the front of the body, sitting with this circular breath. Letting it glide down towards the floor space through 3 chakras, crown, third eye, throat, pelvic floor. Gathering momentum on the inhale as it travels up the front of the body. And disappears back down 3 chakras again, pelvic floor. On the inhale, gather the momentum of the breath. Visualize those colours, that light purple, dark green pelvic floor. Be completely present on this moment. Because that moment's just gone. Take a conscious breath in and a gentle exhale out of the mouth. And one more. Keeping the eyes closed, we're going to move through some sound. Om. 3 parts to Om. There's Ah, Om. The first part of the Om is opening your mouth. I imagine it like a monkey in the wild. You're going ah, 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 really opening your mouth lovely and wide and projecting the sound. And then the next part is you sort of tunnel the sound a little bit. The lips are creating a lip tunnel. Ah, oh. And then the third point is where the lips come together, create an O shape. And the sound travels through the vocal cords and the jaw. And you go as long as you can until the breath ends. A little bit, it's in 3 stages. So keep the eyes closed to try and internalize this visualization. I just want you to start moving your jaw gently. Ah, oh, Ah, oh, Ah, oh, Aum, 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 Aum. Join in with me. Aum. Inhaling through the nose. Aum. Aum. Keep with it. Aum. Aum. One more. With the eyes closed, take the chin towards the chest. A lovely little stretch down the back of the neck, and then the chin up towards the ceiling. Just rock with these gentle movements. Pops like that, didn't you, darling? Chin to chest. And then chin up to ceiling. So we're gently, anatomically moving throat chakra, chin to chest. And then chin to ceiling. Left ear to left shoulder. I'm going to take the left hand and pop it onto the right ear. Just to exaggerate that lengthening through the right side a little bit. Don't be pulling. No, Pop says no pulling. Just gently guiding a little lengthening through the right side body. Release head back to center. Right ear, right shoulder. And the right hand on top of the left ear. Lengthening through left side body. Very gently. Lovely. Release. On the inhale, take the arms up towards the ceiling. Gather the air in and exhale through to heart center. Let the eyes open. Inhale, take the arms lovely and high. Gaze towards the ceiling. Exhale back through heart center. A few more of these. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Inhale. Let's rock to left side. Left hand floor. Right arm bridges over the body. Inhale to center. Land on right side. Let's sway back and forth like this. Inhaling to center. Exhaling to side. Body breath connection movement here. Inhale, move. Begin the exhale and move. Breath contains the movement. Lovely. How present are you right now? Are you robotically moving? Or are you presently moving? One more. Let's move. Inhale, reach high. Lovely. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, we're going to move on to all fours. Find your tabletop position. Hands onto shoulders, knees under hips. Cat-cow. Gentle, sensual movements. Remember, we're going head, toe, toe, head. If you need to add in lion's breath, stick out the tongue and breathe. Awakening throat chakra, giving and receiving good communication. Hearing correctly, speaking mindfully. Remain on the breath. How present are you now? Lovely, knees wide, toes together, child's pose. Lengthen the arms all the way to the front of the mat. If third eye comes to ground, connect with the floor space. Be present on your breathing, crown, third eye, throat, pelvic floor. Crown, third eye, throat, pelvic floor. Come up onto the elbows, bring the knees under the hips. Interlock the fingers. Make a little bridge with the arms over the head as the bottom moves back towards the heels. And the hands, interlocked fingers, bridge, move behind the head so you get a little lengthening through the underside arms there. Nothing too huge. Just caressing the body into movement. Unleash the fingers, hands onto floor. Walk them forward a little bit so the bottom sort of pokes up into the air. Let's move into puppy. Taking the bottom back towards the heels. So if your bottom touches your calves, walk the hands and the arms a little bit further away. So you've got a bit of space. You're going to feel a nice lengthening through the top and the bottom part of the shoulder area there. Maybe even a little bit of pinching. So if it's pinching too much, back off a little bit. A lot of components running through that area. It's often the area that gives you rotator cuff jib. So if you've got that going on in your life at the moment, back off. Don't be too intrusive. Lovely. Come back up onto all fours, cat-cow. Always lion's breath if you need one in cat-cow. Especially in today's practice. Be present. Mindful. Sit back into a kneeling position. Inhale, take the arms up towards sky space. Exhale to heart. We're going to inhale, open the arms nice and wide. Gather the breath in. Exhale, lean forward, lengthen the arms in front. Gather it in. Inhale, open. Lift the chest. Exhale, flow. Present. Breath. Might hear a few clunks and clonks. It's okay. We're opening up the fluidity of the upper body. Here we are, opening, closing, surrender, open, closing. One more. Lovely. Back to all fours, cat, cow, lion's breath if you need it. Come to center, bring the right foot forward into a gentle low lunge, okay? Hands inside of that right foot. And take the hands now wherever it feels good, so you can go up into the full high low lunge with the arms extended. They can be at heart center or on the knee. This is not strengthening, it's just a gentle lengthening through the left side body, okay? We're moving from head to toe, toe to head. So let the opening start to begin through the left side body. Breathe. One more breath here. Exhale, hands inside of the right foot. Step back to all fours. Cat, cow, lion's breath. If you need it, throw it in there. Bring the left foot forward, low lunge. Find that space for the arms. Up high or down low, whatever feels good for you today. Opening the right side body, let that lengthening appear in the right side. Always watching that the knees being looked after, you know, you're not floating too far forward with that or too far behind. Find a nice structure for your bones to sit in. One more breath here. Hands to floor, exhale, tabletop. Inhale, cat-cow. Lion's breath if you need. Lovely, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Take it for a walk if you need to today. A little bit of movement through the heels. And when the body and the mind go, okay, find the stillness. You'll know that moment, your body and mind go, okay, this feels good. I'm going to rest in here for a moment. Be present. Crown, third eye, throat. Be present. Crown, third eye, throat, pelvic floor. Inhale to plank. Exhale, dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bend the knees, walk the feet towards the hands. Inhale, halfway lift, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, bend the knees. Inhale, rise with the arms. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's flow, gather it in. Inhale, reach high. Exhale to heart, crown, third eye, throat. Inhale. Exhale to heart, crown, third eye, throat. One more, inhale. Exhale to your heart center. Keeping the hands in towards the heart center. Weight into the left foot, bend the right knee. We're going to take the right leg towards the left side of your mat and take a little curtsy here, bending both knees. Inhaling back into that bent right knee. Stepping back into a high lunge. Find your arm position, whether they go high, heart, or low, wherever they sit. Feel present in that posture. High lunge. Take an inhale here. Let it go. Moving into Trikonasana. Pull the breath in. Turn to the right side. Extend the front leg. Exhale. Travel forward. Trikonasana. Triangle. I know sometimes I use the Sanskrit words and the English words. Sometimes I mix it up. Mostly I'll try and use the English words. Keep breathing. Gaze towards the right hand. Lovely. Take a bend in the left knee. Take the left hand to the top of the left of your mat. We're going to move into a half moon balance. Lifting the back leg. Half moon. Gazing towards the right hand. Find your balance. Kick out through the right foot. Lovely forward fold, top of the mat. Inhale, pull the breath in. Exhale, forward fold, send it out. Bend the knees. Inhale, gather the speed in. Exhale, slow it down to heart center. Hands to heart center. One more. Inhale, reach high. Gather it in. Exhale, crown, throat, heart. Take a moment to rest. Close the eyes. Be present in that breath. The next breath, be present. Ping open the eyes. Weight into the right foot, bending the left knee. Take a little curtsy. Left foot moves to the back of the right of the mat. Well, just across the side. Little curtsy, awakening that right knee. Back into balance. Bent left knee. Send it back into high lunge. Send the arms into the posture you find. Whether it be high or low, stick with it, breathe. Take an inhale here. Exhale, turn to the left, Trikonasana, extend the front leg. Exhale, travel forward. Triangle pose. Gaze towards the left hand if that feels good. Or the floor if that feels good, or anywhere in between. It don't matter. Just keep breathing and moving. Let's travel. Bend into the right knee. Right hand moves onto the block or the floor space at the top of your mat. Balance knee into right leg. Into that half moon posture. Extend the back leg. Punch out through the heel. Send the left arm nice and high. A lot of components. Be present in your practice. Breathe. Pull the breath in. Exhale, forward fold, top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, send it away. Forward fold. Bend the knees, rise high, gather it in. Exhale to your heart center. One more. Bend the knees, rise high. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands down, step back into downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Be present in these movements. Don't be robotic, repetitive, but present. Like eating the meal, like driving the car. Be present in repetitive movements. Lovely. Let's rest in downward facing dog. Let the momentum of your breath start to slow. Let it start to ease into its rhythm. Bend the knees, feet to hands, forward fold, front of the mat, top of the mat, whatever you name it. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Take the feet to the width of the mat, toes turn out, yogi squat. Hands to heart center here. Close the eyes if that feels good. Presentness on this very moment. Open the eyes, hands behind the booty on the floor, rolling up and down the spine. Up and down the spine, landing in your variation of boat. So I'm going to keep my knees at 90 degrees because of bump. But here you have the option to take the hands away, extend the arms, and also extend the legs. Pick your posture, be strong in it, find your drishti, keep breathing, balance, present, crown, third eye, throat, pelvic floor, be strong. You've got this. Lovely. Roll back down onto the spine. Soften the rolls. And gently hug the knees in. Take a nice wag of the tail. T-shape the arms. Knees move to left side floor into that lovely spinal twist. Pops gets a cuddle on this side. And gaze towards the right hand if that feels good for you. When you stay in this twist, I'm going to come out just because of bump. I'm here to guide you, so let the eyes close if that feels good. And closing the eyes withdraws that sight sense, so you can be more present. And where your mind travels to, it has less distractions. Where did the mind go in that last breath? Were you present? Were you thinking about what to do after this practice? Perhaps you can't even remember. But it's all perfect, it's okay. Reflection is being present. Reflect on your thoughts. And gently reel the knees in towards your chest. Take a nice wag of the tail, wiggle it about a bit, and then let the knees fall to the right side floor. Open the arms, T-shape the arms. The temperature of the body will start to drop. Be present and mindful on that. And know that you've created that heat, that passion for movement, moving the body. Let that heat start to nestle away into the edges of the skin, the fibres of your hair, the soft wiring within the body. And just let the body release one step further. Mindfully bringing the knees back to the chest. If it feels good, take a happy baby. If it feels good, hold the knees in a little tighter towards the chest and lift the nose towards the knees. And then move into Shavasana, lengthening the legs away or having the knees bent, taking the arms away from the body and closing the eyes down. Visualizing crown chakra, light in colour, light in purple. Third eye dark, throat green. Breathe into these areas, ignite them. Take a lovely conscious breath here and a conscious exhale. Move into Shavasana, being present on every cycle of breath. I like petals in the sunshine that sleep beneath the roses, and I like the sound a bird makes when its beak opens and closes. I like the way the grass bends in the passing of a breeze, and I like the way the vines look as they climb and wind up trees. I like the way the world looks as I sit here on the ground, and I love the way my mind feels when I notice what's around. Before you start moving or thinking, take a moment to notice this very present moment, and perhaps set an intention to be a little more present off the mat when taking that sip of water, when eating, when driving, when talking, and when listening. With the eyes closed, draw the knees in towards the chest, roll to a side that feels good. And then let's meet seated as we close today's practice with 3 Oms. Inhaling through the nose. Take an inhale, raise the arms above crown chakra. Exhale, hands to crown, the third eye, throat, heart. Namaste.